Hello and welcome back to The Niche, now in glorious HD. That was clearly a point of contingency for me in the last episode. Today I'm going to talk about something near and dear to my heart, my nostalgia for animated violence in the form of the new movie Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. As I'm recording this, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F is breaking box office records per screen average. This is important because the film is a limited engagement. Instead of a wide release, it's only showing on 900 screens and only gets one showing per screen a day. In its 9-day limited run, the movie has made over $7.7 million at the box office. Yeah, I'm thinking they should have gone for a wide release. To compare, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F is now the number 9 highest grossing domestic anime release in this country. It eclipsed 2 Miyazaki movies and did better than Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods. Its 8-day release last year made $2.8 million and was still considered a massive success. So why is Resurrection F getting so much love? A lot of it has to do with the marketing. US distributor Funimation knew exactly how to reach the fans, both online and on television, promoting it heavily on Toonami. It also has a lot to do with the F in the title. Series creator and story writer Akira Toriyama said that one of the things the F stands for is fans, making it a love letter to us. Another thing that the F stands for is a song, also called F, by Maximum the Hormone, which inspired Toriyama to bring back series antagonist Frieza, which is what the F ultimately stands for in the movie. Frieza has always been my favorite villain in the series. None of the other villains have felt quite as threatening. The villains that followed Frieza were either programmed to cause mayhem, like the androids, or their destructive habits were simply so chaotic that they almost seemed innocent, like a force of nature. Frieza just hit closer to home. He was a melting pot of the worst human traits. He was a sadistical, genocidal, fascist tyrant who felt that his charm and wit was second only to his strength. In fact, the entire reason that anything in Dragon Ball happens at all is because of Frieza. Think about it. If Frieza had not given the Saiyans his technology to travel through space and conquer worlds for him, Goku would have never been sent to Earth, which means the Red Ribbon Army would have won, which means Dr. Gero would have no reason to build the androids, and there would be no one powerful enough on Earth to wake up Boo. Maybe Frieza's the real author of Dragon Ball Z. The irony is, of course, that Frieza's actions were slowly leading to his defeat. Goku transforms into the legendary Super Saiyan and defeats Frieza. Thought dead, King Cold actually revives Frieza with cybernetic enhancements and joins him to Earth to get revenge on Goku. Instead, Frieza is met by Trunks from the future. He too turns into a Super Saiyan and defeats Frieza once and for all. Or so we were led to believe. Fast forward 170 episodes and some change, ignore a few non-canonical movies, and a really boring spin-off series, and Frieza's remnants affect the Z Fighters' lives again. In the short special, Son Goku and his friends return, Vegeta's brother, Tarble, comes to Earth to seek help against 2 aliens who have taken over Frieza's army. Goku's a little disappointed that the villains aren't that strong and he lets the kids take care of them. But it turns out that there was still someone around to take over Frieza's army, and he ends up doing what the others did not: bring Frieza back to life. Resurrection F is practically Frieza's movie. Although he's the main antagonist, the movie treats him like the main character. We begin with him, we have the most exposition with him, and we end with him. It's about his revival, catching up with the times, and returning to Earth for revenge. We don't even see Goku and Vegeta for a good 15 to 20 minutes into the movie, and they're normally the main characters. It's a really fun, action-packed anime that falls into some franchise cliches, but ultimately rebounds with great animation, an amazing villain, and some of the best action sequences in the entire series. We're now going to journey to Spoiler Island, so if you haven't seen Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, what you're probably going to want to do is watch my first episode right up here. Just go ahead and click that, and make sure you watch how it all started, how I got where I am right now, all the way to episode 2. Go. Without a doubt, the most engaging part of the entire movie is Frieza himself. In fact, the movie opens up with him in Hell, and we get to see what he's been up to for the last decade and a half. Turns out he's been cocooned to a tree with lots of teddy bears and fairies, singing all these lovely songs to him that he just really isn't enjoying. Dare I say these songs are even painful to the viewer. The remnants of Frieza's army, led by an alien named Sorbet, is losing control of their empire. To restore order, he wishes Frieza back to life with the Dragon Balls. Now, Trunks left Frieza in pieces, so when he's brought back to life, he's actually in cubes. But technology has taken a leap forward, and the new regeneration chamber pulls Frieza's body back together, and he wastes no time reminding us what kind of character he is. There's this henchman named Tagoma who's established as a top-tier soldier in Frieza's army, and I was convinced he was going to get clobbered later in the movie by the Z-Fighters. There's even a rivalry established between Tagoma and another henchman, but it's all just a big trick. See, what happens is Tagoma suggests to Frieza that he forget about getting revenge on Goku and focus on re-establishing his empire. That's the last we see of Tagoma. At least he made it on the poster. Suddenly, Frieza's men are regretting wishing him back to life because the collateral of Tagoma's death kills a lot of other men on board the ship. And this is classic Frieza. The movie wastes no time reminding us how casual he is about taking lives and why we as an audience love hating him so much. Frieza also establishes how in the know he is by revealing he knew about Majin Buu and Beerus. This is a great way to reintroduce him into the series. Frieza always felt undermined by later Dragon Ball Z villains, so establishing that he knew about Buu and Beerus really puts his knowledge ahead of the curve, and especially ahead of the main characters. Anyway, Frieza establishes that he was simply born with his great power, and has never trained a day in his life. He claims that 4 months worth of training will get him to a new level. I'm a little disappointed that we don't get any scenes of Frieza actually training, but I suppose watching him work hard for something would take away from his pompous grandeur. Later, Frieza tells Goku that he's never had to work hard for anything in his life, and he was going to make him pay for that as well. Someone doesn't like CrossFit. We later find Goku and Vegeta training on Beerus's and Whis' planet, attempting to master the god powers we saw in Battle of the Gods. There, Whis decides to point out their character flaws. I hope you're ready for character exposition because here it comes. Whis explains that Goku is too soft, always giving his enemies second chances. Meanwhile, Vegeta overthinks in battle, always strategizing while fighting. Thanks for the character pitfall setup. And then he explains, whenever Beerus accidentally destroys a planet, he can turn back time 3 minutes to correct the error. And thanks for the crucial plot exposition. Meanwhile on Earth, Frieza returns with his army, and Gohan, Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, Master Roshi, and Jakko, don't ask, team up to fight them. For those who felt these characters didn't get enough ring time in Battle of the Gods, this is for you. Further fan service is given when Frieza reminisces about his meeting with these characters during the series. I especially enjoy the moment where Frieza notices Gohan going Super Saiyan and defeating the strongest henchman. The fact that Goku's son has reached the same level came as a real shock to Frieza, and is a great moment showing the sign of the times. A great moment until Frieza sucker punches him and knocks him completely unconscious. Knowing the Z-Fighters don't stand a chance, Goku and Vegeta arrive on the scene right before Frieza takes matters into his own hands. Now the thing about Frieza is that he thinks he's the smartest thing in the universe, so to prove that he's learned from his mistakes in the past, he takes his final form from the start. At least he wants us to think it's his final form. In typical Dragon Ball Z fashion, Frieza and Goku go at it in an earth-shattering battle that turns out to be a warm-up. This is one of those Dragon Ball Z cliches used to try and shock the audience. We're made to believe that these planet-shattering blows mean something, but they don't. What is surprising is that usually in this series, the villain takes his final and most powerful form first. That way when the hero transforms, normally Goku, he seems that much more powerful. Here it's reversed, and it sort of plays to Frieza being the main character of the movie. Goku transforms into this new Super Saiyan form with blue hair, and despite how confused it makes me, I kinda like how little time we spend on explaining it. Goku simply says he got a taste of the Super Saiyan God form, and this is the result of it. In the last movie it took 6 pure-hearted Saiyans for Goku to become a Super Saiyan God. This form seems to be the result of him just mastering it on his own. Honestly, I've looked everywhere for a vivid explanation about this form, and I only get more confused. It's convolutedly titled Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Thank God they didn't actually say that in the movie, but all that really matters is that it's a new Super Saiyan form here to promote the movie and sell more toys. And I'm gonna get one. After Goku transforms into a Saiyan Super God Saiyan God, Frieza transforms into his latest form, Golden Frieza. The transformation is more visually exciting, and completely undermines Goku's moment. It seems like something small, but changing the order of who transforms first really enhances the mood. What follows is a beautifully animated slugfest that represents the best of Dragon Ball Z's fight choreography. It's worth noting that there's a lot of CG used in this fight that's been a point of contingency with a lot of critics. I for one like it and didn't think it was distracting at all. I was really surprised by the shots where Goku and Frieza were completely CG animated. It actually blended very well with the 2D animation. plus the shots are so quick it's really hard to nitpick at any of the imperfections. Eventually, Goku and Vegeta recognize Frieza's weakness. Frieza's body isn't used to the amount of power that he's been burning, and he's going to run out of gas pretty soon. But hardly when to fight fair, Frieza had a contingency plan. Goku lets his character Pitfall get the best of him when he offers Frieza a second chance to live his life in peace. Frieza anticipated this, and signals Sorbet to shoot Goku through the heart. Enter Vegeta. Although Vegeta is my favorite character, this is actually the point where the movie begins to fumble the ball. Vegeta and Frieza have a very long history with each other. Frieza destroyed Vegeta's home planet, killing everyone he knew, including his father, King Vegeta. Vegeta practically had to grow up in Frieza's army, and he spent a very long time plotting his revenge. But Vegeta never treats this battle with any emotional weight, and it's very disappointing that his disdain for Frieza is never explored. Furthermore, Vegeta steps in long enough for Krillin to give Goku a Senzu beam, so all the suspense built up to Frieza's victory is completely shot to hell, because if Goku can't defeat Frieza, surely Vegeta will. Oh, but it turns out Vegeta is more than enough to defeat Frieza, because it turns out he too has the power to transform into a Super God Saiyan, Super Saiyan God, God Saiyan, Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 10. As much as I love the fact that Vegeta is as powerful as Goku, it really sucks the drama out of Goku's fight. Because if Goku lost, then Vegeta was always going to be able to defeat Frieza. Now that Goku has his heart problem fixed, if Vegeta loses, Goku is surely going to be able to beat Frieza. So how does Frieza subvert this lack of drama? Who here remembers what he did to Namek? So the Earth explodes, which is pretty shocking, but wait! Whisk can turn back time. So the clock turns back just in time for Goku to steal Vegeta's victory, instead of warning him, and we get another movie where Goku is the hero, and Vegeta is the almost hero. But to be fair, I don't think Vegeta finishing off Frieza would have been earned. He really didn't do a lot in this movie, and beating down Frieza while he's weak isn't the victory that Vegeta deserves. I hope one day Toriyama gives Vegeta the glory that he deserves, but until then, it's a running joke with Goku stealing his thunder. And everything goes back to normal. Goku and Vegeta decide that they still like their character flaws, and no one really learns anything new from this entire ordeal. Okay, so there's not a lot of depth to this movie. It gives us a lot of what we've seen before, and it's not shy about embracing it. Meanwhile, Frieza is easily the most interesting element in this movie. A villain that returns to establish himself as the Moriarty to Goku's Sherlock Holmes. You know, if Moriarty and Sherlock were alien brutes. It's clear that both cannot exist at the same time. Goku's love for second chances and hard work is in direct violation of Frieza's couch potato tyranny. I guess the world just isn't big enough for two headbutting viewpoints with that much power. So even with its awkward final act, Resurrection F is still just too much fun to ignore. It's not as good as Battle of Gods, which is more character heavy with world expanding moments that really shatter some franchise cliches, but it's more action packed, really funny, and it returns Frieza to his rightful place as Dragon Ball Z's ultimate baddie. Make sure you check out the post-credit scene, you might feel a little bad for Frieza. Well, thanks for playing along, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right down there. It's red, really red. Can't miss it. Also, don't forget to follow Movie Holics on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. And make sure you check out their website, movieholics.net. If you'd like to follow me personally, my Twitter is gman_on_sci-fi. Also, you can check out my website, Sci-Fi Tokusatsu, in the description below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed Resurrection F as well. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments below, and I'll see you around in the niche. Later!